Rowena Brightshore tasted her first breath of salty daylight on 8 June 1999 inside a Pine Plain cottage balanced above the tide flats of Port Aransas, Texas. Pelicans skimmed the glassy inland bay while her mother, a wandering funk banjoist who keeps pressed seagrass strands tucked between spare strings, picked a piping riff that rattled old mason jars along the sill. Her father, a coastal meteorology tech who doodles tiny cloud manatees on clipboard corners, leaned so close their eyelashes brushed and promised the newborn that storm fronts, dockside gossip, and narrow size charts would always part for any soul who chooses to stand full frame. Curves float through the Brightshore bloodline just the way sargassum drifts across Gulf tides, so nobody blinked when baby Rowena ripped a second muslin swaddle before the coffee pot hissed. Granny Flossie dug out her shrimp needle, patched the wrap with scraps from a faded crab flag, and hooted that leftover cloth costs pennies, but teaching a girl to shrink can cost her future continents of sunrise. It smelled of chalk dust, fried hush puppies, and salt breeze sneaking under warped casements. Rowena shot upward early, blocking projector light whenever she diagrammed food chains on the pull-down bayou map. One soggy recess, two boys hop-skip circles chanting "Bard Stacker" each time her rubber galosh smacked the chalk boxes. That evening, she prowled a storm-washed rack line, collecting soda caps, polished satin by Serge, threaded them on fishing leader, stitched the jingling chain down her mint hoodie, and glided into class at first bell, scattering rainbow freckles across ceiling tiles. A substitute reading aide caught 7 shaky seconds on an ancient flip phone, posted the shimmer to a fledgling video corner of the internet, and by lunch, 15,000 strangers applauded the girl who forged ridicule into beacon sparkle. Rowena inked a single vow beside her multiplication drills. Clouds crowd only until you flash 'em bright. Weekends meant the bait dock. Her mother's banjo runs tangled with diesel pumps whining, redfish sizzling in iron skillets, and gulls shouting for discarded heads. Off-the-rack jeans jammed halfway up Rowena's thighs, so she swapped tip jar coins for sun-bleached shrimp seine, unraveled it into rope, crocheted high-rise culottes, misted turtle silhouettes in squid ink, and posed at shell-pink dusk against rusted bollards while her cousins snapped grainy photos. Every pic landed in an online diary called Bright Lantern the week a new photo app flickered across patchy cutter towers. Captions slid between coastal slang and blunt English truths like, "Curves anchor gale gusts steadier than breakwaters." Before 16 candles melted, she counted 55,000 unseen friends tapping hearts on each coral frame, proof glowing screens. Hush cafeteria whispers faster than any assistant coach whistle. A state university scholarship ferried her north to Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Daylight vanished in Wave Energy Labs. Nights belonged to a 24-hour fish taco truck glowing neon melon beneath a live oak canopy. The heat lamp served as her impromptu softbox. Between blackened snapper orders, she filmed 90-second reels folding parchment into beach daisy hairpins while explaining dart rotation and half-serve hush, #hush lecture pep. One upload laid whooping crane calls over a lo-fi beat while she chain-stitched reflective anchor line into thrift denim, and 48 hours later the counter sailed past 1.2 million. Golf-style blogs crowned her the taco truck couturier, but every sponsor email stalled at size 18. Rowena parked each pitch in a folder labeled shrinking nets, wiped jalapeno glaze from her cuff, and filled another order. A squall of luck blew in with an email from Columbia Sportswear. The brand wanted her to co-design a humidity-proof shell capsule called Gulf Pulse. She wrote back with 3 non-negotiables: sizes through 60-inch hips, half the production crew hired from community college fashion grads, and 10% of net profit powering marsh grass restoration along Padre Island. Columbia signed before first light crept across the lab skylight. The shoot opened at dawn on a sandy ribbon where snowy plovers carved question marks in butter tide. Rowena coached Kirby kiteboarders slicing pastel rollers while a drone etched silver loops overhead. When the lookbook dropped, every extended size jacket vanished in 41 hours across 27 countries. Bright Lantern burst beyond 700,000 glimmers, still dusted with cinnamon churro sugar. She balanced her phone on a hot sauce crate, ducked behind stacked tortillas, and live-streamed Tear Bright thanks under flickering fluorescence. Quick grip, ripple number 1. If this current already lifts your ribs, tap the subscribe button right now. A tiny click secures your rail spot so the next adventure sails into your feed before algorithm tides shift. Spotlight shimmer invites hungry roamers. A clickbait vlog insisted Rowena wrapped steel plates round her waist under those Columbia coats. At sunrise, she paddled a cedar board past sargassum ribbons, planted her feet in sports bra and linen shorts, traced every stretch line with crushed bougainvillea, and plucked a banjo riff so raw pelicans banked in silence. 10 million viewers reposted the jam, tag bougainvillea proof, brushing magenta dust along their own curves until gossip drifted seaward. Struck wages braided with capsule royalties and whipped into shoreline butter, a whipped custard swirling pecan blossom butter, key lime oil, and mica sparks that glow pearl and foam flash. 19,000 tins cooled on her dad's map desk, lids tied with braided shrimp cord, each tag stamped "Moisturize Your Horizon." Inventory drained in 82 minutes, netting $199,000. 10% birthed Beacon grants shipping heavy-duty sergers and field audio kits to plus-size teens in coastal high schools from Port Isabel to Pensacola. 8 months later, 36 grantees floated a fashion and dolphin song show aboard a retro shrimp scow hung with LED seagrass live streaming to Don Des from Nairobi. Houston Fashion Week, Edgeworth legend when a backstage blower sliced her emerald mesh gown from rib to ankle 90 heartbeats before runway. Rowena ripped neon dock line from a lighting truss, laced the tear like hiking eyes, and strode out as if the splice had rested in every sketch. Camera shutters cracked like fire pit corn. Vogue Lone Star held the rope cadence rescue, and another million lantern voyagers surfaced before mariachi horns kicked the after-party away. Trouble swirled again when a fired handler leaked clipped emails hinting she demanded crab souffle towers and chauffeured airboats for her rescue pelican named Salsa. Rowena posted the whole chain, revealing just refillable water urns, lentil stew for crew, and caption monitors for deaf stylists. That month's affiliate wave, $136,000, rolled straight into biodegradable crab trap pilots off Mustang Island. Fans echoed her pure mantra. Receipts shine brighter than rumor grit until whispers sank like busted buoys. By midsummer, analytics glittered teal. 6.9 million Instagram hearts, 3.4 million real voyagers, and 2 million faithful channel subscribers. Engagement brushing 10% and making brand decks rewrite from zero. Cartier beckoned her to headline a topaz surge film inside the Century Lens at Port Isabel Lighthouse. She agreed once Cartier funded therapy stipends for shrimp deck crews rattled by storm seasons. He finished real ships her wrist scattering amber chips across iron ribs, and it now stands Cartier's most saved post this quarter. Family holds her rather firm. Twice each month she streams porchline grooves. Mom drives washboard funk beside a propane skillet. Dad recites cloud haiku, and Rowena flips thrift denim under twinkle bulbs. One episode soared to 9 million when Salsa waddled through powdered sugar, then sneezed a glitter cloud onto the camera. A seabird refuge now sponsors every stream, tagging rehabilitated pelicans with solar beacons paid for by Shoreline Butter. Motor revenue glided beyond 12 million before its second equinox. Rowena leased an idle oyster shack, sawed skylights into corrugated roof sheets, and hired furloughed deckhands, plus design grads to whip custard and knot lids by hand during midday groove breaks to banjo house mixes. Efficiency experts begged for plastic shrink bands, but she repeated her mother's law: fingertips hold stories long after robots forget, and rope ties stayed. Mental health. Openness runs like brackish tide through her posts. Driftwood bluff portraits sit next to taco truck selfies, captions same sky, different weather. She shares breath loops recorded in salt caves, printable grounding pages in English and Karankawa, and sliding scale therapy links. 132,000 followers credit her shoreline honesty as their first peaceful harbor. So many rides glow under crushed shell paint. Hundreds pedal dust seawalls wearing shoreline butter on collarbones and LED turtle grass tassels on spokes. Ticket proceeds widen Beacon grants and install wheelchair snorkel lifts at tide pool coves. Chowder huts, ladle lake, flounder chowder bowls jump 15% on ride nights. Rowena leads on a vintage cruiser with salsa plush strapped to the basket, pausing to bind any rider's wandering lace. She turned into the shape of memoir titled Currents Keep Names, set for 11 language shells next spring, while a documentary crew trails her blueprint to turn retired light buoys into floating maker laps for barrier island schools. Puma's wide-to-wave lantern sneaker launches next quarter, threaded with reflective rope and cushioned by algae foam, steering 10% of revenue into Beacon seedlings from Galveston to Gulfport. Second, soft reminder drifts with the goals. If your subscribe badge still beams red, flip it gentle, gray this heartbeat. One tap anchors your deck spot, so the next swell flashes your notifications first. When playback settles tie low, slide into the description. Waiting there, fresh shoreline, butter jars, fast lane, beacon, grant portals, tonight's porchline grooves playlist, and a discreet compass, a research-rooted kit of conversation sparks and calm confidence, rituals charting the most direct course to lasting love, and the surest way to help any woman you meet feel real intrigue. Free, no gate, cut a cap spine glow, rope cadence gown save, or salsa glitter sneeze coax, even a half laugh hit that light heart. Drop your brightest ripple in the comments and send this voyage to a friend whose sails hang slack. Every curve redirects currents, every scar reflects moonlight, and the Gulf bows to anyone who plants both boots on the pier and greets tomorrow eyes wide. Her whisper slips across the mic now. Subscribe this moment, claim your reel, tap the love link in the description, and meet me on the next rising tide, when a brand new story shimmers beyond the breakers and courage calls your name once more.